Hey friends, it's Dawn again. I wanted to show you guys how you can actually figure out what your paycheck is going to be before you even get paid, and also show you your pay difference between a lead consultant and a star consultant. I want to do this because a lot of you probably do not know you can actually figure out what your paycheck is going to be before you get paid, and also because we have so many people that are joining our group, I think it's very important that we see how when you start building a team and whenever you start promoting yourself, that the higher up you go and the more you have on your front line, the more people you sponsor, the bigger and the more they sponsor, the bigger your team and your group grows, that the more your paycheck is going to be. That's really where the money's at. And I'm a visual person. I like seeing numbers. I want to know and see in front of me that if I do this, then this is what it's going to be. But if I do work a little bit harder and build a team or add one or two more people to my team this month, and if I push harder and get this much more PRV this month, then this is what my paycheck would be versus this or that. So that is what I want to show you as a visual, and also to show how you can actually figure up your paycheck before you even get paid. So like I said, we're going to do a lead consultant and a star consultant. These are numbers that I just exported. Actually, I didn't export. I just keyed these in for pretend numbers. But to get the numbers that you see over here on the left-hand side of my screen, what you're going to do there is you're going to want to run a leadership report on the workstation. If you have not ever ran a leadership report or you're not quite sure how to run a leadership report, then get with your sponsor. Also, there are training videos on the workstation that show you how to run these leadership reports as well, so make sure you dive into those and watch how to do that. But what you're going to want to do is run that leadership report, but first you're going to go to your workstation, click on the performance tab. Once you click on the performance tab of your workstation, on that screen before you even click run leadership, you're going to see where it's going to kind of give an overview or an outline of what your month looked like, and it's going to give you your personal PRV and your personal wholesale volume. You're going to want those two numbers because those two numbers are going to impact what you get paid. So make sure you write down your personal retail volume and you write down your personal wholesale volume, and that is just from going to the workstation, clicking on performance tab, and it's right there on the screen. Once you do that, then click leadership report. You're going to want to run that leadership report, and you're going to want to make sure that you have all of your frontline and their projected title, because remember, we get paid on what our projected title is going to be. And so make sure you have their projected title and make sure you have their TWV, their team wholesale volume. Once you see that on the report, you can just click export and export all that information over to Excel or to numbers or to whatever you may have. In this case, I have numbers because I am using a MacBook Pro. So depending on what kind of laptop or computer you have, it's going to be dependable on what type of spreadsheet that you're going to be using. But what I did here is I have all of my certified and I have essential consultants, and I also have put in a few leads and a few stars just to kind of give you guys an idea of your pay and how you figure it out. So if you look over here on the compensation plan, whether you decide to print this out or whether you have it split screen like I have here, or whether you have your compensation plan on your phone and you just have your spreadsheet all over spread out through your laptop or computer, whichever you want to do, just make sure you have your compensation plan handy. So once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to look over here at lead consultant, and your lead consultant, it tells you that you have to have $500 in personal retail volume, which is your PRV. You and your group is going to have at least $1,000 in group wholesale volume, and you need to have one active frontline, which is a personally sponsored person that is active with at least $200. Once you do that, you're going to have 25%. This is what you're going to make off of your PRV. So that's the importance of writing that PRV down. If your PRV ever is $2,000 or more, this is actually going to go up. You get a 5% bonus. It'll go up to 30. So anytime you have $2,000 in sales or up in a single month, you're going to make 30%, and that's straight across the board. Whether you are a certified or whether you are a superstar director, you're going to have 30% if you ever hit 2,000 and up. So for this instance, also the personal wholesale volume, which is the other number I told you to write down that's on the home screen of that performance tab, was your personal wholesale volume. That's going to be 2%. So that's pretty much simple to figure up what you're going to be making. You could do that without even having a spreadsheet. You could figure out what your 25 or your 30% of your PRV is going to be, and you could figure out what your 2% or 4% if you're a star, which we'll go over there in a few minutes, but what your personal wholesale volume bonus would be as well. Starting digging into your team. So let's say that for a lead consultant, your essential and your certified, you make 2% off of. So here I have my certified, and then I have my essentials, and I have what the team wholesale volume for each one of them are. So what I'm going to do is I am going to come over to this column, and I'm going to hit the equal sign. The equal sign is going to bring up my function/formula area, and then I'm going to click back over on this, and it's going to add that column in there, and then I'm going to click times, because that times 2% is going to give me what I am making off of that person. So times, I think I did 8 instead of the shift 8 on mine. It's the little asterisk star, times 0.02, because that's 2%. Click my check mark. I made $3.45 off of that consultant's team wholesale volume. This little gold arrow, if I click it and drag it down, what it's going to do is it is going to highlight, and that's 2% off of just the essential and certifieds. So what I'm going to do is click it and hold it and let it go, and it's going to automatically fill in that entire section for me with what I made off of each person. So once you do that and you hold it and drag it all the way down, it's going to automatically take that formula, copy it for you to that whole entire section, which is really cool, so that way you don't have to go through every single one and do that for. So now, as you see, I have all the amounts that I have made off of my essential and my certifieds, and you can physically add up each individual one if you want to, depending on, if you have a smaller team, then of course that's going to be pretty simple to do. But if you wanted to just do another formula where you can figure out how much, all you have to do is just click that formula in there for the sum, and it'll automatically add up all of that for you. And so my paycheck for a lead consultant, just based off of my essentials and my certified, I made $113.38, so to speak, as a lead consultant off of my team. So then what you're going to do is you're going to write down that $113.38 that you made off of your team and add it to whatever your PRV commission, which is going to be your 25%, or if you had over 2,000, 30%, and then that number from the performance tab, that personal wholesale volume, that PWV I told you to write down as well. Whatever the 2% of that was, add those two numbers together to this, and that is going to be your paycheck for the month. So with that, what I'm going to do is delete all that out. So that was your lead. So your lead, you made 2%, and remember, it was $113. That's going to be important whenever I show you the comparison. So remember, all of your team, you made the $113 off of your team as a lead consultant. And I'm trying to find a pen so I can write that number down. But just remember 113. Then, for a star consultant, if you notice over here, as a star consultant, it tells you your requirements. All leadership requirements, you have to have at least $500 PRV across the board. But your group wholesale volume has to be $2,500, and you have to have at least 2 personally sponsored people or 2 frontline, someone that's reactivated maybe their account back underneath you, but 2 active frontline. And commission for your PRV is going to be the same. 25% unless it's 2,000 or more, then it goes up to 30. But now from your personal wholesale volume, this is going to go up from 2% to 4%. So let's say that, let's see, where my calculator, right here. Let's pull up our calculator and let's just look back at the lead consultant, and let's say that our PRV, we're going to say that we had a really good month. We're going to say that we had $2,000. So for $2,000 PRV, as a lead consultant, any consultant title, you're going to make 30%. So we're going to times that by 30%, and that's going to be an automatic $600 paycheck just from your sales. And then let's say our personal wholesale volume for 2,000. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head what that will be, but I'm just going to do a wild guess. And let's say, I believe it's 75% of that. So let's say it's $1,500 is our our PWV, which is our personal wholesale volume. And as a lead consultant, we make, at a 1,500, we'll make over here 2%. So we're going to times it by 2%. So that's going to be $30. And then off of our team, a while ago, we had $113 that we made. So altogether, your paycheck would be the $600 from your PRV plus the $30 from your personal wholesale volume plus the $113. So your total paycheck as a lead consultant based on those numbers would be $743. So now let's look at it as a star consultant. I'm going to minimize my calculator. And as a star consultant, same difference, you will make 30%. So let's say we still had our 2,000. So our 30% from 2,000 PRV is going to be $600. And then from our PWV, the $1,500, now we go up to 4% instead of 2%. So we're going to do 4%. That doubled from $30 to $60. So we're going to make $60 off of our PWV. Go ahead and minimize this again. And then as you see from your frontline essential to certified, we're going to make 4% as a star versus our 2%. So that's where we're going to come back over to our spreadsheet. And now what we're going to do is hit the equal sign again to bring up the function for the formula. And then we're going to click on this and we're going to times it by, this time is 4%. So that's $6.93. Now as a lead again, let's see. Now as a lead, let's change it back to 2% and let's see what the difference was. As a lead, it's $3.46. As a star, since it's 4%, that goes to $6.93. So you can see just how these numbers are going to increase. Same thing here. I'm going to take and I am going to drag down for all of my essential and certified. And so just to give you an idea, because a while ago it was 113, we're not done yet, because now as a star you get paid off of lead if you look right over here. But just to give you an idea, because a while ago we just got paid off our essential and our certified. So just to give you an idea of what that is going to be different wise, because a while ago it was 113. So we are going to insert our formula and our sum, and that is $226. So as you can see, it doubled again. Your paycheck just doubled off of your team just based on the essential and certified alone. We're not done yet. I'm going to delete this out. So as you can see, it makes a huge difference whenever we're going to actually delete this formula out, and we're going to, let's see. Dawn, what are you doing? We are going to delete all this out. Well, give me just a second, y'all. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add in my 4%. I know I'm doing a lot of extra steps right here just to show you guys, but I just wanted to show y'all the difference in what it would be. So there again, we've pulled up everything. This is going to show you let's undo that because that is not right. We want 4%, not 4. That's what was wrong. I was like, hold up, that is not right. So go back to 4%. And then we're going to drag down. And that's going to fill it in for us. Okay, so now as a lead consultant, as a star consultant, you're going to make 2% off of your lead team wholesale volume. So we're going to hit the equal sign again. And we're actually going to make 2%. So we want to click on this and we want to times 0.02 for 2%. That's going to give us that. And then we're going to hold and drag down for all of our lead consultants that we have underneath us. And we're actually not going to worry about the star consultants because this will give you guys a good enough idea. But now what we're going to do, and this just shows you, off your lead consultants, you just made $17 off of this person's team wholesale volume. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add up everything. So we're going to do insert, formula, and sum, and check mark, and that's $274 off of your team, which is lead consultant and above, because we were doing our star, if you're a star consultant. And so $274 off of your team, $274.86. So what we're going to do is go back to our calculator, and we're going to take our $274.86, add it to our $60 as a star consultant that we made off of our PWV as a star. It was the 4% was $60 plus, if I can hit the right buttons, that would really help. So $274.86 plus our $60 plus our $600 off of our 2,000 PRV that we made. That's going to be a paycheck of $934.86 that you just made being a star consultant versus being a lead, which was only going to be $743 equals, that is $191 difference, y'all. Almost a $200 difference from just promoting up one title that you just made in your paycheck because you promoted, meaning that you build a team, your team is starting to build a team, and you had the numbers to promote up another level to star consultant. So I hope this gives you a general idea of how building a team really does impact your pay. And there are a lot of you that are still at certified and lead. If this doesn't open up your eyes to want to push you to make it to star, I don't know what will. I hope this really opens up your eyes, because if you really want to make some extra money in this, you can. But for $191, which you might as well say $192 difference that you just made right there off of that paycheck by going up one level, that's a huge amount. So I hope this kind of helps show you guys the difference in getting paid as a lead and a star, and also helps show you guys how you can figure out your pay before the commissions are actually posted. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll try my best to answer them. But I did want to show you that and how you can figure up your pay. So if you have any questions, like I said, I'll try to answer them. But yeah, I hope this helps.